children all over our country and world that are really in desperate need of a family to call their own. And there are millions of parents and adults that want to be parents who are waiting and hoping for an opportunity to have a family of their own. So it would make sense for us to do the very best job we can to try to build the bridges to make these unions, these really extraordinary unions, possible. And so that's what November is about, a month that we're getting ready for Thanksgiving in anticipation of Christmas and Hanukkah and some of the other holidays that occur around this time. As families gather, our hearts, and minds automatically turn to kind of family-related things. And so the coalition, great coalition, that tries to help educate and encourage people on this subject has chosen November as National Adoption Month. And you might know, Mr. President, and many people go home at night, turn on their televisions, and there are any number of television series by Hallmark and Home for the Holidays, and lots of now corporations and networks and cable companies are joining in with the idea of promoting it because it's just it's so right. It's so natural for every child to need and want a family. We have several events throughout this month. One of them is National Adoption Day. That's going to take place this November, always this Saturday, the Saturday before Thanksgiving, where happily thousands of children, I think last year we had over 4,000, and since 2000, when it started, over 40,000 children have moved from foster care to a forever family on Adoption Day, which is really quite a happy celebration. I've attended several of them myself with some of my local judges. There's nothing more exciting than a packed room of parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and sometimes siblings waiting to receive these young children in some cases teenagers, and some cases young adults being adopted. Because, I like to say, Mr. President, you're never too old to need a family. Think about it. There are holidays that happen every year. Who do you celebrate those with? There are joys and setbacks in life that occur throughout every decade of a person's life. You need a family there with you. It's quite a miracle of love and bonding that happens through adoption. Frank and I, my husband and I, are so proud to be the parents of two extraordinary children who happen to be adopted. We've built our family through adoption. My husband was, in fact, adopted out of an orphanage from Ireland when he was 5 years old, and still remembers the day when the matron of this little Protestant home for children came and walked up to him and said, Ernest, that was his name, Ernest, pack your bags, your mom and dad are here to take you home. And he walked to the front of the orphanage, saw his mother and father, adopted mother and father, brother and sister, and the rest is history. Came to America, received an excellent education, has gone on to be a wonderful, wonderful citizen, of course, a great father and a loving husband, and so grateful for that opportunity for him. But I think about the millions of children in orphanages where no one ever knocks on their door to say, your mother and father are here to take you home. No one ever comes to call for them. No one ever provides them an opportunity for loving arms and a comforting and safe place. And so that's why we fight. That's why we debate happily. We never really fight about this among ourselves because there's so much unity here in the Senate and in this Congress about promoting adoption, and it really is one of the issues where there's virtually no partisan view. People might not realize, since our efforts of almost 15 years ago, we have increased the number of adoptions in America out of foster care from 14,000 children a year out of the 100,000 and out of 500 to 700,000 in foster care. We've reduced the number of children in foster care, which overall is very good. But most importantly, we have substantially increased the number of children adopted from 14,000 to 50,000 a year. So we're really moving in the right direction, but we won't rest until we have placed every child with a responsible and loving family to call their own forever.